So I made Space Rocks offline, by the way. This is the exact same thing, basically. It's the same game. I followed the same tutorial. I used a different font. It's at the same point. It's at the same point where I was on the other one. It works in exactly the same way. It's the same game. You die, you lose lives. It's all there. And I just had a different model for the ship, which was much more basic, I suppose. And I did that, and I'm probably going to do it with the other one as well. I did that just to sort of more familiarize myself with all of it again and just sort of absorb all of it again. I want to say I spent a little bit of time looking at some videos, and holy shit, there are some really bad tutorial videos out there. The other night, I watched one from a guy who was explaining what he called the basics of, I guess you could say, GameMaker. And holy shit, this guy explained literally nothing. I don't... And the little bit that he did explain, it wasn't basic at all. I'm not sure where he came off with what he came off with. I'm not sure where he learned to teach. But let me just say it was not the greatest. What I want to do here quickly is I want to make the ship a little bit fatter, because I think that it is suffering from not having enough substance, I suppose you could say. Let's just Alt-C that quickly. I think maybe this should be filled in. It's kind of weird. Like, I'm not very good at, like, pixel art. I realize that. But, you know, I have used Photoshop for a little while. And I have done pixel perfect editing. And I've done shit like that. And it always generally tends to end badly. Which is why I'm saying I know many ways not to do things. This is one of those ways. I mean, this is completely, like, not out of sync so much, but, like, it's completely wrong. But I'm doing it anyway. And I'm going to fill this up with, let's say, the yellow-ish color. The pale. That looks so bad. You know, I can tell you why. There's a mirroring option for symmetry. What? Is this it? Polygon tool. No. Mirror brush tool. X. Why is it not... It's not allowing me to mirror it. Interesting. You know what? Hold on, I got a plan. Let's start over with a ship. This is a pixel art design stream now. So, the idea is to link these three up. So what you're saying is there's a... Okay, so if there's a mirroring option, what we can do is the idea can be a little different. We can take this away and just make this side and then mirror it to that side. I'm not sure how this is supposed to work. Are you sure there's a tool that can mirror stuff? This is just not working. Like, what do I do with it? It doesn't do anything when I click it. I mean, you know, the fact remains that I can actually do this, and I can literally just copy and paste it a different way around, right? If I wanted to. I don't know. Unpaste. How do I clear the clipboard? What the hell? Oh yeah, it's this one. Okay. Okay. I don't know how the mirroring option works, so we're going to start by not mirroring it. And we'll just use a line from here to... That's the eraser. Jesus God. This is a nightmare. Is it erasing? It's actually erasing. But why? I think I broke something. Everything I'm doing in this editor... Close this shit. Close the, let's just restart the edit image. It's working again. I unbroke it. Okay. Let's make a line from here. That looks terrible. Can I make a straight line? Okay. Make a line from here to there. That's symmetry. Same. Okay. 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 This looks nice. Oh, what am I doing here? 1, 2, 3. Why is this so wide? I've already messed up here. God. Okay. Perfect. Dude, when I start on pixel art, there's no stopping me. In other words, we're all losing then. In other words, I'm not going to get... I'm just going to start, and I'm never going to finish anything because I'm so bad at this. I still can't select the mirroring tool. Oh, cool. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I want that. And then I want that in like... Let's make it in blue. For like the window of the ship. And then the wings must just be like you know, it must just be like shoop, shoop. Ah! I don't know what I'm doing. How's it going? Fellow dev, it's going terrible. Welcome back, Edgy. I just realized I'm really bad at pixel art. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's so hard to tell. You know, is what I'm saying? Is that it's so hard to tell. Does it look good? No. It's always going terrible until it isn't. That's basically that's the story of my life. But that's fine. That's fine. Maybe I'll just do this. I'll take a gray color like this one, and we'll just fill the bucket here and there. And then we've got like a basic spaceship. It looks terrible, but you know, it's slightly less than terrible than it was. Dark gray maybe. What is this here? Like, what is this? We could go for a brush tool, and we could... I'm gonna start... I promise I'll start the tutorial in just a moment. I'm just sort of getting carried away here. That's cool. Why did we leave the old one again? Yeah, why you gotta ask me such hard questions, Accordion? What kind of question is that? Like, how am I supposed to know the answer to that when I clearly don't even know how to draw a ship? Okay, I've got this, don't worry. No, Accordion, seriously though. Seriously though. That's uncalled for, man. That's slick. That's slick. Okay, I'm going to start watching the tutorial now. I promise. I'm done. This is the ship. I'm going to make a Tales of Lumin logo here. But the problem is, it's like you have to draw the logo from this angle. And it's going to be very difficult as pixel art. And when you're using the line editor, it's even more so difficult. So let's not use that. Okay, I'm done. I'm not drawing the Tales of Lumin logo. I lied. The logo is not necessary. We're done. The ship looks great. Okay, let's get back to our workspace. Hey, this is kind of nice, actually. I like it. I like it. So, when we last left off, we had this for a game. Shit, that looks terrible. I love it. Ow! I'm not good at my own game. I think there's never been a requirement like that, okay? I suck at shooting space rocks or whatever this shit is called. I suck at this shit, man. The gravity, I'm gonna shoot faster. I'm out. Okay, so we did it. We made this shit. I see there's a doodle right there after fire that I need to get rid of. Because I'm a genius, I can probably find that without looking at any... it's probably an object game. My chances are it's in here. Fire. There it is. It's gone. Let's see. It's gone. Okay. Why GameMaker specifically? You missed the intro to all of this. So, I played Loop Hero. That's it. That's it. That is actually all of it. There's no more. There's no more. So, Space Rocks. Here we go. Like legit, I have nothing else for you. Loop Hero was made in GameMaker Studio 2. And it's a cool game. It's a cool game. And it's not that, you know, cool games weren't made in the other engines or in the other programs or any other stuff. The whole idea is just that GameMaker is very accessible with its whole drag and drop system. And it will allow me to fart around far more effectively, I think, than other engines of the same scope and scale would. So it's just an easy entry point for me. Someone, again, who has zero knowledge. I came into this with zero. Yo, Sam, what's up? Did I get a colored bulk? No. So what you missed from the morning stream was I finished up season 3 of Living Story, and I think that we also cleared up the last of the maps. So we finished up Draconis Mons, and we finished up the new map that we went to last night. So that basically means that we are actually, if we want to, we're ready to jump into Path of Fire in Guild Wars 2, the expansion. But I'm going to probably tomorrow morning get Colored Bulg, or I'm going to maybe not get Colored Bulg, and I might instead focus on the Hollowsmith weapon, but that's something that's in Path of Fire specifically. Either way, tomorrow I'm preparing. I want to empty my inventory out, and I want to be ready for I'm starting to prepare for Path of Fire, so I want to finish some collections and stuff like that. The platform you choose is mostly part of your toolkit. Ultimately, making a good game relies more on your skill, creativity, and dedication. Yes, that's true. But I decided this was a good one to start off on. So, this is what we're working towards right here. Google sucks, dude. Come on, Chrome.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Space Rocks series. In this video, we'll be exploring cameras and viewports and changing our existing project so we have a much larger room and a camera that actually follows the player.
And
so
better
to remind
debris,
you,
apparently.
in our current project, we're not actually using any cameras or viewports at the moment. We have a pretty small room of 500 by 500 pixels. And as a result, when we run the game, that's how big the game window is as well. 500 by 500 pixels, so quite small. Now, you can think of cameras in GameMaker exactly as how you would think of them in the real world. So they're just a device to capture an image with. And you can think of a viewport like a separate display that you can show that footage from the camera on, like a TV or a monitor. So a camera and a viewport can be totally different sizes. Your camera itself might have quite a small display, but we can scale that up on a large TV. In the same way, the camera in our game controls the dimensions of the game world that we're capturing. So it's the window into our game. While the viewport controls the actual size of the game display.
I sort of get that. Was I supposed to read this? Viewport displays what the camera captures, the final game window. Example on person's desktop, determined by the viewport. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to jump into something like Unreal just yet. Yeah, we did the Draconis Mons jumping puzzle as well. Yes. It was quite cool. I used a guide for the first time ever. It was fun. Very fun.
And to actually get started using cameras and viewports, let's head over to our room start. And over in the room settings, right near where we set the width and height of the room, there's a little drop-down menu called viewports and cameras. So let's just click on that, open it up, and
So, okay. Jesus, it's so hidden. It's way down here. Like, what the balls, lady? How is anyone supposed to know it's down here? Here we go. Viewports and cameras. I need a 4K desktop for this shit. That's what I need. Okay.
Have a look. So to start using viewports, we just tick enable viewports. And now if we run the game, we're actually just going to get a black screen. Nothing is going to display.
Are we? Okay. I fact checked her. Seems like she has her facts straight. Her ducks are in a row.
Even
Can
though
confirm.
all of our objects and setup from before are still there, they are still drawing, nothing is being displayed because we didn't tell GameMaker which viewport to display. So we do that here. And we can just tick visible, and that's going to make this camera and this viewport visible and actually be used by GameMaker.
Which viewport
Tell
then?
GameMaker which viewport to display. So we do that here. And we can just tick visible, and that's going to make this camera and this viewport visible and actually be used by GameMaker.
Hell yes.
And you can see a white square will have come up over the room, and you can see it's actually quite a bit bigger than the room, and that's because the camera, which is this white square, is larger than our room of 500 by 500.
Indeed.
So if we run the game now, we can see that the viewport and the camera has actually changed. So the window itself is a bit larger.
Whoa!
1024 by 768.
Cool!
Now at the moment the camera and the viewport are the same.
Okay.
But if we change the camera to the same size of the actual room, let's have a look what happens. So there we go. So the camera is the right size. It's getting everything in the room that we want it to, but it looks like it's been distorted. And you might run across this maybe with your own television and when you get the wrong aspect ratio. And that's kind of what's happening here. We're stretching.
No, mine's
the
wrong.
camera.
Stop. Why is hers showing differently? Mine's wrong. Lady Grill. No, 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 no. Wait, it's not working. Oh, I see. Hers is actually 1024. This number here is different, so now it'll probably be the same as hers. Yeah, okay. Earlier version of GameMaker, yeah. Hey, this already looks really good. This is like Space Rocks in HD. Okay, go for it.
The
Keep
footage
talking.
of the camera to fit a viewport that it doesn't scale nicely with. And that's because the width of the viewport, the display, is a lot larger than the height, whereas the camera...
Oh yeah, guys, there's distortion on our pixel art game. It's literally a line art pixel art game, even worse.
It's even.
I don't
So
see
to get this actually looking
distortion.
nicely, we want it to scale up with the camera. So it's going to have to be a multiple of 500 by 500.
Let's go 1000 by
So
1000.
let's just make it 1000 by 1000. When we run that again, we can see that the window scales up perfectly, and we can see that the camera is being scaled up twice, and it is a perfect kind of ratio. Now,
Yes. Parallax is coming. HD remake, I can sell it again. Yes!
we actually hit enter. Nothing has actually changed about our game. And
It's just bigger.
one thing to note is that while you can have different camera settings, different sizes of the camera in different rooms,
Dude, I'm so excited for parallax backgrounds.
the viewport itself, if you do it this way, can only be set up once at the start. So the first room that runs, its viewport is going to determine the size of the game. So if we come over to game, and I'm going to also tick enable viewports and visible, and I'm going to make the camera, let's just do 200 by 200, so a little bit smaller. Like I said, it doesn't matter what you put for the viewport. And before I run it, I'm actually going to just introduce a new...
Wait, 200 by... Did she say 200 by 200?
Like I said, it doesn't matter what you put for the viewport. And
Is she batshit crazy? Let's go. I'm down, lady girl. Oh god, the ship. Oh, I don't need the ship. Wait, does she does have the ship there.
before I run it, I'm actually going to just introduce a new sprite. I'm going to import it, and this should be available to you as well in the downloads, but if not, you can just make a
Oh, she's
really
making a
quick
background.
image. So because we're going to tile this so that we can actually see the ship moving
So here's her background.
in the game.
But let's be real. This is a pretty shoddy star system right here. I think we can do better.
World. Because if it's just a black screen, it doesn't really give us a reference point.
Yes.
So,
No, stop. Okay, let's
I'm
look.
going to import it, and this should be available to you as well in the downloads. But if not, you can just make a really quick image.
So it's 64 by 64 is all I needed to see. I know how to create a sprite. Are you guys watching this? Here we go. What is she calling it? SPR background? I see that Sean Spalding, my literal game dev hero, uses S underscore, I think. Or SP? Or is it S? Anyway. What a trailblazer. Hey, Aconatine, what's up? What game are we making tonight? We're still busy making space rocks, dude. We're still making space rocks. So the background will be... Oh shit, white space. Hey! That's actually a radical idea. I'm not going to do it though. I think that might be too radical. So we are on 64 by 64, right? Yes. So, you know, let's say like this. And I want like a off-whitey. There we go. That's the one. I'm bad at randomizing. Come on, I see this pattern on my bathroom window every day. Perfect. And actually, this one needs to go. Where does it need to go? There. What is that for balls right there? Okay. David! Is it beautiful? No. There is some thing to say for randomization. It's perfect. You're right. Now it's perfect. Knufiel, what's up? Hello? This is an actual masterpiece. Jesus God. Do you think I could get a job in game dev already? Okay. We're going back to the workspace. We need to make... She doesn't want me to make an object. There's no object. Did Knufiel just follow? You madman. Thank you so much for that.
So, because we're going to tile this so that we can actually...
When does the cat sprite come in? Dude, I've been looking for an opportunity. If we can find a boss in this game, we'll make the boss the cat, I think. That's your girlfriend? No ways. What's up? Did I say the name right? Knuffel is such a... Dude, it's what a... You can't come here with a cute nickname like that. I mean, the word knuffel. I know yours says knufiel, but like, the word knuffel is fantastic. It really is. And I mean, that seems like a variant of some sort, so I dig on it. It's perfect. Wait, let's keep going.
See the ship moving in the game world. Because if it's just a black screen, it doesn't really give us a reference point. So...
Yes.
Instead of having that black background, I'm going to select...
You can just choose it for that? No way! Tile it. Stretch. Oh, shit. Oh my God. Actual beauty. This is fantastic. Okay, can we
Sprite?
Keep talking.
Right here. So we want to tile the background horizontally and vertically, which should make it fill the screen. All right, great. Now if I run the game, so our start menu looks normal, and now it looks like we've just got the top left quadrant.
Okay, what a failure. I bet mine's not going to do that. Okay. Shit. I guess mine's doing the same. At least I got some... Ow! God, I died already. Shit, woman. She's not explaining fast enough. Okay. She's gonna beat me at getting into game dev. Duel to the death. Oh, shit. Listen. She can try. She can try. She didn't hear my pitch for a dice rolling game, so. Okay. Stars should be different sizes. No. Don't get me started on that. So apparently we are actually doing parallax in aconitine. So we're gonna add layers, and trust me when I say I will add a layer with bigger and smaller stars. Did I hear of Wind Waker in Unreal? I've seen it, yes. I saw a video on Reddit.
So the camera in this room is quite a bit smaller. It's not actually following the player or anything.
No, wait, was it on Reddit? No, I might be thinking of a different one. No. Am I thinking of this? I thought I saw someone who remade Zelda. That's not how this was supposed to go. Oh. Why? People love that shit, man.
Anything at the moment because we haven't told it to.
You're not sure the vast spaciness of space would mean parallaxing makes sense. It makes sense. It's just for prettiness. You can add like little spiral galaxies, like some random Milky Ways here and there. You can just add some random shit that makes it look cool, man.
So let's do that.
Okay.
Return down here to camera settings, and down here we can actually set an object for it to follow. And if
no way! You can do that? Dude, that's fantastic. Are we on RM Game? That is just... Follow the ship.
On ship, it should start to follow the player around the room. So let's run that again.
Let's run it again. Actually, fantastic. I mean, not quite. Nice try. Nice try, lady. Nice try. Keep explaining, please.
And if we actually move...
Oh! Who's he following?
Follow the player.
Mine didn't follow. Did I press something wrong? Yo. What? Try it again, try it again, try it again. Oh, I didn't go far enough down, maybe. Let's see, let's see. Okay, it's working. It's working. Shit. It's wrong, though. Ow! It's wrong, though. It's all wrong. Okay, keep talking. I'm so good at tutorials. Okay. Well, how did she not die?
You probably noticed that it only actually moves when we get to the edges of the camera.
I noticed.
And that's because it works with a little bit of padding. We can set a horizontal and vertical kind of border around the camera, and when the player moves outside of that border, then the camera will move. So if we want it to...
Stop talking, woman. Stop talking. I want to see if I can do this myself. No, it's about 80. No. Let's see. No, we gotta be more precise. It's better already. Whoa, dude, those moves. Okay, so we want like 100, or like a 99. I don't know what she's gonna pitch, but that's already better. Okay, let's see what she says.
Today.
This is Sean Spalding again. Why am I? Okay.
To follow the player exactly, then we want to set the borders to exactly half of the width and height.
Oh, okay.
So for me, because they're both 200, that's going to be 100 for both of them.
Okay.
And we can hit play.
Okay, fine. So I was like just off.
And great. So now it's following the player.
I was on 99.
You can see it doesn't look great though. It's kind of a little bit shaky.
Yes, it is.
And our display is also completely messed up.
The HUD is up there.
Fix that later.
Oh my god, we can come check the HUD out. We're also, I think we're too tight on the ship.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the room a lot larger. So I might actually do 2000 by 2000.
Holy shit, you mad woman.
Feel free to make that whatever you want.
No, that's okay. Oh my god.
I might just move the player into the center of the room about.
2000 by 2000. Dude. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. Thank you, man. I actually live for that shit. That's fantastic. Okay, I can't click this. I must go to... Wait, why can I not select the shippo? Do I need to select it here? I need to zoom in more. Let's see. The OBJ ship it doesn't want to move. Why could she move her OBJ ship?
There we go.
Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Boom. Boom. Ha! There you go. I figured that out. Doodle. That's like the 4th time. Taraxa said that to me like twice already. I'm glad he didn't have to say it again. Dude, look at how space changes when you zoom in and out. This is just like real life. Okay. What else was she saying? Sorry, I don't like listening.
All right. So now, one problem that we already saw was that the overlay of the scores and lives is actually drawing at 0, in the room. So that's one thing we have to fix. And another thing is the asteroids. So we set them to spawn at the edges of the room. But since our room is so large now, it's probably going to take them quite a while to get to us. So what we might want to do instead is get them to spawn around the camera. And another problem, as you can see, is the camera was a little bit shaky. So even if I make the camera a little bit bigger, so 500 by 500, so it's kind of the original ratio that we initially had. And don't forget, we also have to change the border now to get it to actually follow the player exactly. You can see it's still a little bit shaky. So this method of using the built-in object following, it works in a pinch, but it is a little bit fiddly. So in the coming tutorials, I'll be showing you how to set a lot of this up programmatically in a way that's going to make our lives a bit easier later on in the series when we add, say, some screen shake. In object following, it works.
She added this last bit afterwards because the microphone and the recording sounds different. This is because our player's position and speed uses decimal values. However, object following only moves the camera in whole numbers.
But it is a little bit fiddly. So in the coming tutorials, I'll be showing you how to set a lot of this up programmatically in a way that's going to make our lives a bit easier later on in the series when we add, say, some screen shake. So I will see you in the next tutorial where we will set up the camera in code. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Yeah, no, it changed over here.
In a way that's going to object following. It works in a pinch, but it is a little bit fiddly. So in the coming tutorial...
There, that switched over. Anyway, okay, what's next? We're on 1 of 3 GML cameras. 2 of 3. Here's the next one.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We had just gone over a lot of the concepts for setting up cameras and how you can do it via the room editor, but now we're going to do it programmatically.
Why is hers so small
again?
again?
I'm going to untick visible and also untick enable viewports.
Whoa!
And I'm going to get rid of the object following the player. And
Okay. This is radical. She just did a whole lot of shit. Okay.
And we will also do the same in the start room. Basically, we're setting everything...
Oh, in the start room. Okay.
Back to default so that we know that the system we set up in a moment is actually working when we run it. Alright, now I'm going to close out of these and we're going to come back to...
Do I have to close out of the... I'll close all this shit. Don't test me, child. Okay.
The general workspace.
Here we go.
And I'm going to create a new object called OBJ camera. And this is the object that...
OBJ camera? Object. Gotcha.
Is controlling the camera in the game. And this is an object that I want to be in all of the rooms because at the start of every room, kind of like how we would have to do manually, it's going to set up all of the camera and viewport settings for us. So to do that, we are going to make this a persistent object similar to our game object that persists for the entire game. And before we forget, let's just add it to the start, just like the OBJ game object. And we can put it wherever we want because it doesn't matter where this goes. It's a controller object, but of course convention is...
Oh, shit. Okay, so I need to open the rooms up. Yo, what up? Who feels a bit shy? No. What? On the internet? Get out of here. Don't be shy. We have so many nice people here in this community. I mean, if we didn't, people like Edgy wouldn't be here. It's a fact. People like Artful wouldn't be here. Arcadian, Sam, Taraxa, you're in good company. Don't stress it. Don't sweat it. Legit. Welcome. It was awesome to meet you. I hope you stick around. Not so much with me. Don't care. But with Edgy. That guy. That guy. Quite a catch. You lucky. You lucky. I mean, if you didn't make moves, I can't promise I wouldn't have. Okay? Just saying. Just saying.
Is to just put it at 0, 0.
Okay, so we need to put it... Do we need to put it in all the rooms, did she say? Hold on.
Game object. So to do that, we are going
persistent.
to make this a
I think we're just going
persistent
to put it in the
object
start room.
similar to our game object that persists for the entire game. And before we forget, let's just add it to the start,
Start, okay.
just like the OBJ game object. And we can put it wherever we want because it doesn't matter where this goes. It's a controller object, but of course convention is to just put it at 0, 0.
No.
All right, so now the camera is in there. It's not doing anything at the moment though. So now what we'll do first is set up the actual camera itself. So the equivalent to messing around in the settings that we just did. But let's think about what event to put it in. So if we put it in the create event, then our code, all of our setup is only going to run when this object gets created, which is not ideal because this is a persistent object. It only gets made once, so it's not going to do it in all the rooms. We could have this be not a persistent object and we could have the OBJ game object instead spawn the camera in all the rooms, but we might as well just put it in the room start event right here, which is going to run at the start of every room. And that's perfect. So it can do the setup for the camera in here. And if we want, we can actually add a description for that. Right
Oh,
here.
she's doing descriptions now.
And that is going to appear here in the event descriptions so that we can see what that event is actually doing. It's not necessary to do that, but it can be nice and helpful to remind you of what you've been doing. All right, so now we're going to need to set up some variables.
Oh, Sean Spalding told me that the one with the 3 bracket, the 3 slashes, is the one that shows up here. So if I want to put in here poop flower, then it's going to be, you know, poop flower. There it is. So if I want to put in their camera setup, then that's in there instead. And it's just to show you can make these lists more manageable. You mentioned it 10 times when I first started. I'm sorry, I didn't read it. But yes, I know you probably did.
For the camera and the viewport or the
she didn't mention it, is what I'm saying.
Display. So we're going to need a camera X and Y. And I'm going to set that to be just 0, 0 for now.
X
and now we
equals
also
0.
are going to set up a target. And this is going to be the object that the camera follows. Potentially, you could change this in different rooms. You might want the camera to follow something else during a cutscene, so potentially this could be manipulated during the game.
That's
Alright,
cool.
now we need the camera's width and height. And I'm going to keep this at 500 for both of them. You can change this if you like. You could set it, for example, to be something in a 16:9 ratio, which is what most games...
Am I seeing that she's creating these all for herself? Because if they're blue, then it means it's one that you made yourself, right? Yes. So I can't middle mouse on this because it's not actually like, it's not an actual thing. It's fine. It's fine.
These days, that's the same ratio as most modern monitors. And now for the display, I'm actually going to,
What did
for
she
example,
say?
to be seen, so potentially this could be manipulated during the game. All right, now we need the camera's width and height. And I'm going to keep this at 500 for both of them. You can change this if you like. You could set it, for example, to be something in a 16:9 ratio, which is what most games are these days. That's the same ratio as most modern monitors. And now for the display, I'm actually going to make it a factor of the camera. So I'm going to have a scaling factor.
So when it has these exclamation points here, it's like, see, it's only referenced once. So it basically warns you that, because it's a self-made variable, it warns you here that, hey, listen, you made this variable, but you're not calling to it in a different command. So what I understand is that you basically need to use your own variable like this, and you can do it easily, but you need to have two ends to it, else it doesn't work.
So display scale. And I'm going to set this at 2 for now. And I want the actual game window to be whatever the scale is times the camera width. And that's going to guarantee that we always have a nice, perfectly scaled ratio. So let's go display width equals the camera width times the display scale. At the moment, of course, these values are going to be exactly the same, but if you've got different ones, it is important that you keep the width and height separate. All right, great. So we've got all of our variables set up, but we haven't actually changed anything about the game itself. We haven't applied any of these to the actual settings. So what we're going to do...
What we're going to do is pause so I can finish typing this shit. So, okay. I want to just ask a question then to anyone that knows. I understand that she's making up her own shit as she goes here. But if I was trying to do this and I was trying to like get it from the old Google machine, I don't even know where I'd begin with this. Because again, it seems like she's making her own code up.
Is use some functions to change the display. So first of all...
So, but basically now I think she's going to start bringing the functions in that actually exist.
We're going to go window set size.
See, there it's yellow.
And this will change the actual window, which is kind of like what the viewport was of the game. So this is going to set the game to our display
there you
width
go.
And height. So that's it for the display. Now for the camera.
See, immediately this gets removed because now, look, there it's been referenced. See, it's a function. You can also create functions. Yeah, but how would I even know where to start with that shit?
We need to put a few things. So we'll put view enabled equals true, which is kind of like when we ticked before that we were going to be using views. So this is it doing it programmatically. And now we want to set one of those views to be visible. So we can set, using this right here, any of the number of views to be visible. And since...
Wait, she had a tip and I didn't see it. We use var to declare temporary local variables which get deleted after the script has run, unlike instance and global variables. Yes, okay.
Using this right here, any of the number of views to be visible. And since it doesn't really matter, we can just use the first one, which is view 0. And we just set that to true. So that's setting that one to
sure. Yeah, I get that. Okay.
Now we can change the size of the camera. Now, we also have to pick what camera that we're going to be using. We'll just use the default one. So view camera 0. And we want to change this camera to be the same width and height that we've set up here. That should have set up the camera and viewport. There is one other factor we need to change, and that's the surface of the game, which is kind of like the canvas that everything is being drawn on. So by
okay, this is starting to look like something. So picture this. Your asteroids get functions to explode with an input parameter that dictates how large the explosion is. And you call that explode function with a random integer when you shoot them or something. Well, not with a random one, with one that I made, basically. And then it triggers it, and then it stops working, because it only works once when it triggers it, and then it's done. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, that's the thing. I'm still on my first tutorial. I'm excited to eventually jump into... the next one I'm going to do is this one. I'm not going to show you guys like everything about it right now, but this is from a different guy who does things slightly differently, and he uses different code. He, as you can see here, uses notes and stuff like that, and he's going to teach me how to do this.
So we're almost there now.
And basically, this is the next one that I'm going to do. And basically, this will teach me a slightly different way of coding things. And it's cool because I think the more you watch, the greater your arsenal of tricks will be.
default,
Oh, you can literally make a random one. You can either determine the integer based on something, or you can literally make a random one. Yeah,
we have what's called an application surface, and that's what every game, camera and viewport, size of the camera.
Wait, there was just a skip in the video, and then she suddenly had notes.
Now, we also have to pick what camera that we're going to be using. We'll just use the default one. So view camera 0, and we want to.
Yo, Spectre Freak, what's up? Yeah, I'm doing GML at the moment in GameMaker 2. I'm learning to make space rocks through this video right here.
Change this camera to be the same width and height that we've set up here. That should have set up the camera and viewport. There is one other factor we need to change, and that's the surface of the game, which is kind of like the canvas that everything's being drawn on. So by default, we have what's called an application surface, and that's what everything draws to during its draw events.
Here's what our game would look like using the current settings following the player. Note the poor image quality due to the application surface not matching the display.
And we haven't actually changed that to match the size of our display. So we are going to need to set that as well. So surface, resize, application, surface, display.
Okay, I don't quite understand this one.
Like the canvas that everything's being drawn on. So view camera 0.
Hold on, I need to listen to it again.
And we want to change this camera to be the same width and height that we've set up here. That should have set up the camera and viewport.
That's 500,
There
500.
is one other factor we need to change.
This is
and
what I
that's
didn't
the
understand.
surface of the game, which is kind of like the canvas that everything's being drawn on. So by default, we have what's called an application surface, and that there is one other factor we need to change, and that's the surface of the game, which is kind of like the canvas that everything's being
Is that like the rooms then? The actual game world, you could call it?
drawn on. So by default, we have what's called an application surface, and that's what everything draws to during its draw events. And we haven't actually changed that to match the size of our display. So we're
is
going
that
to
still
need to set
200
that
or
as
whatever?
well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
surface-
And I think last time we did it by using these here. I got it.
resize, application, surface, display width, display height.
Okay. She put that all the way down here. Surface resize application surface comma display width comma display height. Sorry, I'm bad at typing. We're good. That needs to be a W like that. I find like sometimes it feels a little random with the way, like here there's no spaces, but there are spaces. Why are there spaces here, but there are no spaces here?
All right. Now, you'll notice when I run the
It's not right. Why? Can I put the spaces in there? Is this fine too? Dude, can I put the spaces in there and it's okay? It's a readability thing? Oh, wench! Why does she put them in somewhere and somewhere not? God, it's triggering me, dude. Okay, I'm happy. Never mind. It was hurting me internally. This is much neater. See, I got spaces everywhere. God.
game,
David, thank
the
you,
window
man.
kind of gets shoved down into the window a little bit, and I have to keep.
Let's see what happens. Hold on. Let me confirm. Yes, it does get shoved down into the window. Oh my god. Oh shit, it just keeps growing. It's an ever-growing window? Okay, what are we going to do to fix
moving
this?
it up into the center of the screen. And that's because the window is kind of being resized from a smaller place that it was here and just kind of stretching it down this way, which makes it
Yo,
kind of go
Gemma!
off screen. So
Hello?
we can actually
Hello?
do this with a function called window center, but since a lot of these camera transformations only get finished after this step is actually run, we have to actually wait to the next
Who was that? Spectre Freak, what's up? Welcome.
step, the next frame in the game to
Okay.
actually run this. So to do this, we can actually use an alarm which we can set to go off after a certain number of frames. And this is just going to...
Wait, but we've used other alarms already. Is this fine? Can we use a different alarm here? Interesting. Interesting. Are the alarms like specifically per event or whatever? Insane. I'm gonna put this here. I'll put a description in here in a moment. So Windows Center, bloop bloop, bloop bloop. How's it going, Gemma? How's life? Are you guys wowing hard? They per object? Okay. Yeah.
Center the window. So let's set that alarm to go off, and we can set it in here. So alarm 0, we use alarm 0. Let's just set that to go off after 1 frame. So now when we run the game, it should move it into the center for us. Okay, excellent. All right, now the next thing that we have to do is actually get the camera following the player.
This is to center the game in the window as soon as it starts. You're making a birthday card for a friend in Japan. Oh, okay. In Japanese, like a try-hard? Awesome. This alarm is from the alarm event. It's just so that if I forget it, I can come back. Because I will forget it. I will forget that shit. I'm the good kind of programmer that doesn't believe code comments itself. Look, if you're a professional and you've been doing it for 56 years already, and whatever, then I guess it makes sense. Whatever. But no, I'm not that kind of person just yet. I still have a few years to go. I have no idea what's going on here. I need to put comments in.
We've set all of this up, but we need to actually change the X and Y of the camera.
Yes, because it's still yellow here.
So to do this, we are going to want to do this in the step event.
Why in the step event, though?
Now, so we're going to get the camera to follow the target. So we are going to save camera X, and technically we don't need to save this into a variable, but later on we are going to refer to this when we're spawning objects to actually get where the camera is. So we are going to set camera X equal to the target dot X. Now this isn't going to work perfectly, but let's leave it at this for now so that we can actually see how this works. So we've set the variables, and now we are going to use a function to set the position of the camera. With camera set view position, so we're setting the position of the camera. So the first argument it is asking for is what camera are we setting? And remember, we're using just the first camera, so view camera 0.
Oh, pause.
And now what X position and Y position? Well, camera X and camera Y. Let's give that a run.
No, stop. We're not there yet. I'm still typing. Camera is such a difficult word to type. Let me see. You barely comment. Your first tutorials didn't do it, and it sucked. What? Yeah, I mean, I feel like she didn't comment until the 3rd video, so I also didn't really know about it until you guys kept telling me to do it. If you comment set X to 200 over code that says X equals 200, you want to punch me? You should punch me if I type that. No, I feel like the comments... Thing is, it depends, yes, but I feel like the comments should give you a broader overview of what's going on in the code. Then you can be like, oh shit, this is to get the camera to follow our ship. And to get the camera to follow our ship. That's with the J. I'll zoom in for you guys in case you can't see it. Oh god. Okay, that's a pixel art ship right there. To get it to follow the ship, you need to put this code into your code machine, and then the code machine will make it happen. It's basic mathematics, guys. All right.
Now,
Error! Oh, she got an error. Me too, me too. My first error. Is this my second error? Okay, error in action number 1 of step event 0 from object obj camera. Unable to find instance for object index 4. Object camera step 0 line 3 camera x target x. These ones 3 and 4. Okay, abort mission.
we are getting an error saying unable to find any instance for obj ship. So right here,
That's SIP.
we set target to be the ship. So then why can't we access it? Surely it should be alive in the game. But remember, this object is running at the start of the game as well, and there's no ship in this room.
Ah!
We would also run into
If room game, then run command.
this in the game room when the player gets destroyed. So what we have to do is actually be careful that we are checking if the target exists. So we're going to check if instance exists, target.
Close.
Only
Close.
then
Oh my
we
god,
want
that's
to try.
genius. Okay. Close. Close. Close, dude, close. Almost had you. Almost had you there, Lady Grills. Okay. Oh no, here we go. She starts her damn brackies off the wrong way. Can't deal with that right now.
And access it. Let's try that again.
Okay, if instance exists, target. But what is target? No, she lost me now. Oh, target. This target. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure on this one. I might need a bit of explaining. Now we'll see that our ship is in the top left of the screen. And we're going to want to move that to the middle. It's much smoother though.
So, up here is the actual player ship. So we
Yes.
are following it, but it is following it anchored to the top left. And that's just how cameras work. So they're actually anchored.
So it's like dealing with a different layer in the instance exist checks. If you on the right layer, you don't know anything. Oh, Spectral Freak, don't worry. Spectre Freak, I don't know anything either. Hassan Hertz, welcome. Why are there white lines before the braces? Are you making sure the target script gets created before running? Oh, you're making sure the target script gets created before running the if statement. That's the explanation I wanted. Okay, so if the target script instance, if this exists, then if it exists, then you run it. Is that what you're saying? That's what we check in.
to the top left. To get the behavior that we actually want, we want to shift the camera over by half of its width and half of its height.
This is the
And then it
padding.
will be in the center.
It's an execution order in a very simple way, protecting against null. Okay.
So we
Null
need to
is like they from like the deep sec space. Those are the criminals, the outlaws, the bandits of the sky. Oh, null is nothing. Oh, okay. I mean, sure, it could be that too, I guess.
subtract the camera width, or rather half of it, and subtract half of the camera height. All right. Let's try that.
Camera width divided by 2. Camera height divided by 2. Very good. This is not working? I didn't close something. Oh. Ay. Ha! Ay. Dude. I told you guys I made a duplicate of this, right? So I did, as you can see here, I've got space rocks, and then I got space rocks offline. So I did everything up until this point the second time, and holy shit, man, it's the most frustrating thing. But it's so nice how well it explains it when something goes wrong. It's crazy how I look, like the code list is this massive list, and then there's one little doodle bug right there that's not there. It's one little doodle bug that's missing, and the entire thing just shits itself completely because that little doodle schnoodle over there doesn't exist. But it does spell it out for me, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic, dude. Oh, we're running it again. We're running it again. Time to test our game. That is so smooth. Let's go out to the furthest reaches. To null space. Oh, God, he's right there. Null space, if you will. Oh, side note. You know what would look cool on this ship? Is some, like, ornamental guns. Because, like, I'm being serious with you right now. These would be ornamental. I just don't actually... I don't have the... Let's make ornamental guns quickly. So, I wanted to... there's a side note that I want to get to here. Okay? One sec. I'll get to it now. What shit is that? Okay. It's like little arms. That's the cutest thing. Oh god, it's perfect. Let's try again. This is going to be so much better. Jazz hands. I'm faster than my bullets. Okay, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's so perfect. It's like the T-Rex ship. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, carry on, lady. Jeez. Oh no. Before she carries on, I wanted to show you what I before I forget about this. So I've got like a list of like references and then stuff that I'm going to be using in the future. I found a guy who streams on Twitch and he makes YouTube videos. His name is it Adam Eunice? It's something like that. Here. And he does really nice pixel art stuff. And he does pixel art classes as well. Don't know who the guy is. You can tell that I've got a child. God. Oh my god. You can tell that she's sick as well, can't you? Thanks, Google. Thanks. Wow. So he does pixel art classes, and he does the most fantastically simplistic yet informative tutorials on like literally everything. And honestly, if you guys have ever been looking for anything like this, I just feel like I need to mention it right now because he just looked so like he's got his shit together and he explains it so well. And he seems to be a nice guy. His streams seem cool. I actually saw this tutorial for the crystals. I was looking for crystals. And he takes like the most basic thing, like this little smudge, and he makes it into a crystal in like 3 seconds flat. Look at this. There you go. Oh, okay. And then the reason I brought this up, sorry, before I distract myself again. You've actually watched some of these videos? Fantastic. Artful as well? Awesome. The reason I bring it up is actually because he has a program here, and I want to know if anyone knows what this program is. He has this program here for making music. Does anyone know what it is? This is the program. It looks like a program, and I imagine David Death might know what it is, and maybe one of you other people might know what it is, but it looks like a good program. Also, I want to mention that I like his sort of little... oh god, it's right there. Never mind. It's FL Studio. It's right there. Is it FL Studio? Stop. I'm embarrassed. I didn't look at his chat. First mistake, not reading chat. FL, is that Fruity Loops? No, stop. Don't say anything. Thanks, Dave. It looks like Fruity Loops, yes. I have a friend who used to work in Fruity Loops. Okay. Fruity Loops. God, I love Fruit Loops. Fruit and veg. Download FL Studio. Is this a pay product or is it a free product? Free trial? Unlimited? Buy now? $500. Bobby Dodge, what's up, man? Hey, you sound like you play baseball. What's up? Thanks for following the channel. $500! But I mean, that's the expensive one. All FL Studio features and native plugins available at time of purchase. At time of purchase? So what happens if new ones release? It's probably on the cheaper end. Okay, we'll see. Gift certificates. I'm putting this in my list. We'll see about this. We'll see about this. DLC. Specific assets. GameMaker. Fruity Loops. There we go. Okay. Awesome. Let's carry on. We were getting distracted for a moment there. That is no longer the case. Lost her video. Is this where we were? Much better.
There we go.
No baseball? That's fine, man. That's fine. I was joking, by the way. Your name just sounds like a baseball player. I feel like there's a card of you out there somewhere. Bobby Dodge of the New York Yankees. I don't know what the baseball team's names are. Yeah. But hey, welcome. I didn't mean to call you out, my dude. Alternative is subscription software, which you personally find annoying. Never. I will never do that. You pay for updates. There's never, not a chance. I'll find a free program that works better eventually.
And now we are getting the desired behavior that we want.
Yes.
And now, did you catch that? So that kind of flicker as we were moving over the screen.
I did not.
And that's actually because we are getting the desired behavior that we want.
It's lag.
And now, did you catch that? So that kind of flicker as we were moving over the screen. And that's actually because our room wrapping code is still working, and when we get to the actual edge, it does a weird jump to the other side of the room. Now, I do actually want to keep the room wrapping behavior, so to give a visual indication to the player as to when we have reached the end of the room, She's going to make the ship go through, pop into the other side. It's going to go in, and it's going to pop in. Oh. She's going to put code in to make it, because right now, we have code. Hold on. Object ship. We have code that wraps you sprite width half. She's going to change this code to make it like, because our view size is 200 or some 500, so she's gonna make it like 250 or something to make the ship I don't know why I'm trying to guess what she's gonna do. I could just watch the video, I guess, but let's just see. Going to kind of clamp the camera
hold on.
So that if we're at the edge, the camera won't move over the edge. So after setting the camera to this position,
no, I'm wrong completely. God damn.
I'm going to clamp it between two values.
No,
so we can
that's
see right
completely
here
not what I thought she was going to do.
Function takes in a value, a minimum, and a...
Where are we again? Camera event. Listen, I might still be right. I might redeem myself. So she's going to put it in after here or before here? She puts it in after the target one. Camera X equals clamp.
Maximum. So the value is just going to be camera X. And then the minimum value is going to be 0 because that is the total left side of the room. Now, for the maximum value, you might think that we could put room width, but remember the camera is anchored on its left side, so we actually need to subtract
half
camera width from so that the edge of the camera never goes
I understand.
Beyond
she's showing it visually here, so
the room width minus its height. And we need...
Okay, let me type that code quickly before I get lost. So room width. Hey, there's a good chance that I could probably have done it with the shitty jank code that I suggested. It just wouldn't have been as good.
You to do the same for the Y value. So camera Y equals clamp, camera Y, 0, room height minus camera height. All right, perfect. Now if you run that again, and we head over to the edge of the room.
Okay, so the plus here is its height, not width. The plus here is that I understand completely what's going on, at least. So I understand what she's... Did I press insert somehow? There you go. At least I understand what she's doing. That's like that's the plus.
You can
so
see.
we testing it now. And yeah, it's nice. I like guessing. God, those little... That's gonna get me every time. Ah! I need to make it to the edge of the room. Oh my god, easier said than done with these little arms. Oh, there we go. Slowly, 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 slowly. Guy, whoa, shit, guy. I can't slow down. Jesus. Okay, guy. Wait, down. Yeah, it works. Okay. Okay, it works. That's nice. That's nice, lady.
See, it kind of
Slick
doesn't
code,
move
dude.
when we're at the edges. So we actually do know when we're reaching an edge.
Cool, cool, cool.
All right, perfect. So that's our camera set up. Now, before we move on, one more thing that I want to fix up is the fact that we are no longer displaying the lives and score correctly. And
Yes,
that's
the
because
UI is
the
gone.
Game object is drawing that in the game room itself. So it's actually drawing these values at 2020 in the game room. We can actually use a different event to draw this. So if we just right click, change event, draw, and use the draw GUI instead, the graphical user interface it stands for, it's going to draw it to a special kind of layer that...
Are you kidding? Is that how we doing it? If that's the whole thing, then this is revolutionary shit right here.
isn't relative to the room. It's relative to the actual display itself. So now if we run this...
Is that it? Did I just do it? No.
You can already see that something's a little bit wonky. It's drawing it very small. But if we hit enter...
Oh, okay. Wait, let's go again. Dude, that is actually really sick. That is actually kind of sick. My ship is so happy to be here, dude. Oh god, yes. Okay. Carry on, Lady Girl. I believe in you.
You can see at least that it is displaying it correctly. It's in the top left. Now, the reason that the size is off is because, kind of like the application surface, the graphical user interface
yes.
also needs to be resized. So if you come back down to the camera...
We're on camera. Object camera. Down to the camera because it scrolled down.
Let's go display, set, and it's come up here, GUI size. And now...
Okay, girl. Slow your roll. This is not the one we want to be in. Here. Okay. So we will put in a note. GUI size. Display set. I wish there was an app on my phone that taught me GML. Instead of this crappy Java one that I've got. Although again, I mentioned in Discord that there seems to be quite a lot crossing over from Java. Like I'm learning some Java stuff on my phone on this Grasshopper app, and it feels to me like enough of it is crossing over that it's, excuse me, enough of it's crossing over that it sort of makes it worth it. Because like, dude, shit, my parents are actually looking into a generator for the entire house, and they getting quotes for them and stuff like that. They are apparently expecting really bad load shedding for the rest of the year. They say not Christmas time, winter time, shit's gonna fall apart here. So if they do get a generator, maybe we won't have issues with the power anymore. It's gonna be like 5 kilowatts or 6.5 kilowatts or some shit like that. It can apparently power the whole house just fine. But the reason I'm saying that is because right now we don't have anything like that, and I need to be able to do stuff like on my phone. I don't like not being productive. So if I'm in bed, or if the power's out and it's during the day and something like I've got time, Lillian's napping or whatever, then I can at least brush up on my coding. But I guess on the flip side, a laptop would be nice for that, which is a different conversation entirely. I'd love a laptop that could run GameMaker and make games, which is, granted, probably not a very powerful laptop. It could probably be anything. But then I'd want to double dip, and I'd want to get a laptop that could be a streaming PC. Although that maybe, yeah, actually that could be possible. Listen, that's a tangent. I'll talk about that later. For clarity, it's JavaScript. Java is very different. Don't do JavaScript. I will do all of it because I think every little bit helps. Grasshopper is fun, Edgy. Have you checked it out? Give it to Knuffel. Give it to her. It's fun. It's cool. It's like Duolingo, but for code, but harder. Much harder. It's hard as rocks, dude. They let you paint flags, and then suddenly you are trying to hack the Pentagon. It's sort of, it throws you into the deep end quite soon, but it's okay. It's fun. It's fun. You linked me a Python thing too? No, what? Was it an app on the phone as well? If it's an app on the phone, I am interested. Link it to me again. Encode channel. No, yeah, I don't want to do it. Oh, it's a website. Yeah, screw that. Maybe no, screw that. I don't have data, so I have to be able to do it offline. It's not, so like JavaScript, it might be the shittest thing in the world, but there's still quite a lot of crossover. So I'm learning about variables. I'm learning about functions. I'm learning about all the same stuff. So it helps me learn. Okay, carry on. Speak to me.
To get it not scaled up to the size of the display, to get it to the actual game width and height, then we want to set it to the camera's width and height. So we want to set that to camera width and camera height. All right. And now when we run that again,
I don't want to hear what you have to say. I want to run it again and see. Oh, hey! It's bigger now. Ha! Sick. I'm so good at this game. Okay, enough.
We are getting the proper display of all of our text. Perfect. All right, so we're going to leave it there for this tutorial. In the next one, we're going to adjust how our objects are spawning so that we can get them spawning relative to the camera. I'll see you there.
I'll see you then too. Is this the one? That's not the one. 3 of 3 we need. This one.
Well, welcome back. All right, now the next thing that we have to fix up is how the asteroid
10-minute videos. What the shit? What is this, 2012?
are spawning. So like I said, they are still spawning around the edges of the room itself. So if you remember in our game object, in the room start, that's where we were spawning all the asteroids.
She keeps hiding all these frames here. Why? Because it's such a schlep to get them back every time.
Asteroids. And right here you can see it's kind of relative to the room width and height.
Yes.
Which isn't what we want.
We're changing that to camera width and height.
I want them to spawn relative to the camera instead.
That's some serious, like, nonsense right there. Like, this is like some real gamey nonsense right here. I love it. I love it. She's just going to change all of this to blue text.
And because we're going to use the same code for spawning asteroids at the start and in our alarm 0, which was when we were spawning more asteroids every few seconds, I don't want to just copy and paste the code in 2 places. I want to only have it in one place where I can change it. So to do that, I'm going to use an external script that isn't in this game object.
Oh no.
So we come into
Oh no, we're making a script, dude.
script. I'm going to call this one spawn off camera. And this is going to be a really handy script because we're going to use it for the asteroids in this video, but in later videos, we're going to use this to spawn enemy ships as well. And that's why it's great to have it in an external script.
There's no doodly daddle
up...
for there's no, what do you use? There's no prefix for scripts. Game dev is typically done with object-oriented languages, and JavaScript is not one of them. Well, I'm just saying, I have been I've not been brushing up, but like it has been helping me. It honestly has been helping me a little bit. Okay, here we go.
Different arguments, just like how we use functions right here and we put in arguments or inputs, we are going to set up our own inputs. So for example, we're going to set up what kind of object to create. So we can pass in whatever object we want and it's going to create it off the camera. So that's essentially what we're doing here. We're making our own function. Now, to actually get this to show up nicely, so if I come back to the game object and say I wanted to run this script and I type in spawn off camera, this will run the script. It's going to make it run, but in here it doesn't have any arguments or anything. It doesn't even have the name of it.
Okay, I should probably do this. Also, it's very quiet. Let me just put myself some start bound. Where were we? We're OBJ game. Alright. And then she went into room start.
Of it, like these ones do, these built-in ones. So to make this appear, to make it easier for us to know what inputs to put into it, we can set up a description, arguments, or anything.
Okay, so spawn off camera.
It doesn't even have the name of it, like these ones do, these built-in ones. So to make this appear, to make it easier for us to know what inputs to put into it, we can set up a description.
Why can't I do that with Java or C# where you have actual types? Because they don't have cool apps with little jumping grasshoppers. That's the only reason I'm doing Grasshopper. It's accessible. It's on my phone. It's a little app that rewards me for logging in every day. It's just easy. That's the only reason I'm doing it. Like I said, it's like Duolingo where it sort of encourages you to keep doing it. Oh, yeah, Grasshopper only has JavaScript. But I'm not sure. Is it only JavaScript? Maybe they expand and they do stuff after. Like maybe it moves on to C# or Java or anything. Maybe it moves on. Because maybe they just start on JavaScript. Because JavaScript was very simple. Like they made me draw a flag. They made me do the stupid hello world crap, which was not specifically Java. Like they made me do all that stuff and it was kind of interesting.
Description, which is the name of the script. And also some arguments. And
okay, so wait, balls. Did she remove everything in spawn off camera?
change it. So to do that, I'm going to use an external script that isn't in this game object. For that, we're going to use, and the two arguments I'm going to put are the object and
she's typing a bunch of shit here right now. So the assets have changed for 2.3. So she doesn't have this, like, this is all different. This is not the same. I'm just going to do what she did. So I'm deleting this shit. She does a bunch of this. And she's like, hey, description spawn of camera argument obj. But why?
And also the number of objects to spawn.
I have no idea why she's doing this.
So again, let's come back to here. And if we give it a moment, then there is our description and our argument. So now we could put...
Oh, okay. Now she says it's going to work. OBJ game. No? No, it doesn't work. God damn.
For example, OBJ asteroid and 40. Already you can see that it's kind of complaining. This little warning has come up to say that it's actually expecting no inputs, and that's just because in the script itself we haven't told it to use them. And now, by the way, what I just did is I middle clicked on this and it opened up the script right here. So I'm gonna just give this a little bit more room and let's start making the script. So first of all, let's just try and think about getting one object to spawn before we take into account this. First of all, I'm going to set up a variable and I'm gonna make this one equal, so argument 0. And this argument is referring to whatever inputs that we put into here. 0 just means the first one. So argument 1 is referring to this one, argument 0 is this one. And now instead of actually calling it and using argument 0 in the actual coding, I can refer to it as object, which makes more sense to me because that's what it represents. And I'm going to use number for num. And I am using temporary variables here. We don't want to actually be saving these variables into the object that calls the script.
A tip that popped up here.
Variables.
Remember, we use var to declare temporary local variables, which gets deleted after the script's run.
Into the object that calls the script. I only need these to exist when this script runs. So this way it will be deleted.
Yeah, you guys are talking about which one would be best to learn. I would honestly, if there was a lot of choices, I would gladly pick the best one. But unfortunately, it seems like if you want like ease of use and hassle-free learning, like on your phone, right in the palm of your hand, you don't have a lot of choices. I didn't really look though, but I don't think there are a lot of choices.
Once the script is finished. All right. So in the end,
although if you have YouTube and data, then it's easy because then you can just hit up some videos and watch some videos. That's fantastic. That's a different story entirely. I'd rather watch videos, but we don't have data when the power's off. Or at least I don't, because that shit costs way too much.
Our end output is going to be some kind of instance. We're going to use instance create layer, and then we need some kind of x, y value. And I'm going to call this xxyy. And the object that we are going to create is going to be obj. So whatever input that we have put into here. All right. I might also just set up XX and YY here. Now, instead of having a specific range...
Thank you. I'm going to look at that. Mimo learns to code. Oh, shit! Hey, cool. That looks simple. Yes! Learning to code can be easy and fun. Daily goal? That's exactly what I'm looking for. Fantastic. I hope that works offline. Nice, man. Grasshopper is really basic, and it does seem fine, yeah. But this one looks cool, too. I don't mind having multiple apps to look at. What's solo learn? Solo learn. Is that also an app? Huh. That's Python, C++, Java. Those, okay, I've got both of those here. I'm going to check them out. Okay, I'm busy looking at her shit here again.
Range of variables for what X could possibly be, where the object could spawn in the room. Technically, it could be anywhere in...
Okay, so let's just put this in here. Var xxyy. Mine are blue. Oh, there they go. They went yellow.
The room, just not in the camera. So first of all, I'm going to just say anywhere in the room. So from 0 to room width, the object can spawn anywhere within there for both X and Y. All right. However, it might pick an X and Y value that is within the bounds of the camera. And we know, given our variables, that the camera object, so we can head back to the camera, we have these variables that we can refer to. So we know that the camera will be at whatever camera X and camera Y currently is as it's following the player around. And we know that its left side will be X, Y, and then its bottom right side will be camera X plus camera width and camera Y plus camera height. So that is the kind of rectangle of the camera. Now,
she's talking about this here.
At the moment, we can't actually refer to the camera width and height because it's within the camera object. Of course, we could just go obj camera.camera X and we could access it that way. But I'm actually going to instead, because of how important these variables are going to be, and I think we're going to use them in other scripts as well, I'm going to make them global variables so that any object can access them. So they're going to be kind of like the score and the lives. So to do that, we can just add global dot to it.
Okay, now she's an OBJ camera. In the... Yeah.
So it's kind of like using the dot operator to refer to an object, only now we are referring to a kind of global object or a global scope. Now, instead of going to every place where I put camera X and putting global dot in front of it, I'm going to Control Shift F, camera X. I'm going to
Control Shift F, camera X, and replace with global dot camera X.
replace every instance of camera X in our code with global.camera X. That will automatically kind of turn it into a global variable for us. I'm going to do the same with camera Y and the same with camera width.
Ah. That's cool. Huge.
And camera height.
Okay. That's so cool. Hey, thank you,
Excellent.
Draxa.
So
I'm
now
gonna check
that has
out.
replaced all of them with global variables. And by the way, I'm not going to do that with the display objects. And hindsight is important here because while we are going to be referring to the camera's position, no object kind of really needs to know the end game resolution width and height. Something like an inventory or text might need to know about that, and in that case we might make them global as well, but for now we only need these to be global.
Because we have no UI.
So now I need a way of kind of saying if XY, that point in the room, is within the rectangle of the camera, I want it to pick a different X and Y position. So there's a few ways we can do this, but the way I'm going to use is just to say, if we pick a point that's within the rectangle, pick a different point. So roll the dice again. So to do that, I'm going to say while point in rectangle. So while that point is existing in the rectangle, and we'll put in all of the inputs in a moment, but I just want to get the logic flowing properly. So if that's true, then we are going to choose this again.
Oh my god, isn't that a lot of repeating codes then?
All right, and now let's just put in.
Okay, I mean, sure.
The point. So if the point in the rectangle to XX, YY is the actual point, and now the rectangle points are the...
Yo, Kravon, what's up? Did I start with this with zero coding experience? Yes. I still have zero coding experience. Nice to see you, Kravon.
global.camera X
Okay, so while point rectangle, this is a lot now. So XX, YY, and then global dot camera. I love how it references it there, dude. That's fantastic.
Global.camera Y. This might be a bit of a long one.
Oh,
so that's the top left. The bottom left is global.camera X plus global.camera width. And I might actually do this over several lines.
Oh, stop.
Width.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this is global.camera X plus global.camera Y, right?
And I might actually do this.
Oh, no, width. Shit, what did I do? No, I'm fine.
Several lines so that you can still see what I'm doing. And finally, global.camera Y plus global.camera height. All right, so while XXYY is within this camera, we are going to pick a different one. And if we had used...
I need to check this code. Why is number still only referenced once? This is way too long. Okay, so we'll split this off. Okay. There's the one, and there's the other. Okay, it's all closed and good.
If it would only...
Oh shit, stop. What are you doing, woman?
While XXYY is within this camera, we are going to pick a different one. And if we had used if, it would only do this once. But while is a loop that will keep
all the time while it's happening.
Keeps running until this right here is not true. So this is going to...
you feel like you're stuck? At Lumin just before picking up GML to learn. Right? So you're not experienced? Entire chat consists of experienced people. Only some. Most, but only some. It's mostly because I think that, like, obviously if you've done stuff like this, it's nice to see someone else pick it up, because it's nice to see someone else sort of dip their toe into your field of expertise. I do feel the same way. Like if a different streamer or something starts playing a game that I'm proficient in or I really enjoy, then I like watching that. It's the same thing. And it's nice to see how someone thinks compared to how you think.
Loop as many times as it needs to until XXYY is no longer within the camera.
Plus, when I start making games, oh shit, dude, it's going to be fantastic.
So, like I said, that's not the best way to do it because we might be unnecessarily running this a few times, but it is a nice simple way to illustrate that. So now that is going to select an appropriate X and Y value and then create it. But we want to do this a number of times. So we actually want to wrap this entire thing in a repeat statement. And the number of times we want it to repeat...
It's like watching someone play Dark Souls after you finish it. Oh yeah, I struggled with that boss too. That's such a brilliant analogy, dude. That's exactly right.
Well, it's going to be this number. So whatever this value is.
We haven't used that yet.
So all we have to do is set repeat, num.
Okay, I didn't listen to that now.
And then create it. But we want to do this a number of times. So we actually want to wrap this entire thing in a repeat
10
statement.
times, yeah.
And the number of times we want it to repeat, well, it's going to be this number. So whatever this value is. So all we have to do is set repeat, num, and
10 might not be enough.
To highlight all of that. I'm going to tab them forwards and close it off here. And that's all we need to do. Now...
Wait, did she close it off all the way at the bottom? I'm trying to do my own thing here.
And close it off here.
Yeah, I thought so.
And that's all we need to do. Now, I am actually going to add one more thing, and it's going to be some padding around the camera, and that's just because some of our asteroids are quite large, and if we spawn right at the camera, we're going to see the edge of them kind of creep over the camera before the rest of it should. So this is going to just maintain a little bit of distance outside of the camera for us. And
honestly, if you get past the point of why doesn't my code just magically know what this value is, value is what I want, you've already passed a lot of beginners. Oof. You can get the GameMaker Studio for 30 days free and follow along if you want. Yeah, actually you can. 30 days of GameMaker is not, I don't want to say it's more than enough, but it's a decent amount. And if I'm not mistaken, there are very cheap versions of GameMaker too, and it goes on special quite often as well.
I'm going to pick 6...
because it's on Steam, by the way. Oh, and I actually read recently that there was a GameMaker version of GameMaker in a Humble Bundle as well a while ago. So keep an eye on Humble Bundle. They had a GameMaker bundle which actually contained one of the smaller versions of GameMaker with a bunch of assets.
64, but you can make this smaller or larger. And I'm just going to add that to our values. So I'm going to add that minus pad here.
It's global camera X minus pad.
And plus padding here.
Did I? Oh, pad. There you go. I made a typo. Okay. Oh god, it's too much. It's just because our code is all mixed up and muddled up.
I'm going to add that minus pad here. And plus padding here.
Okay, I got it. Jesus, it's so hard. It's so hard to look at this code that looks different than my code and make sense of it. So, because her code is differently organized. Jeez. Okay. Okay, so she put it at the camera, and then she puts plus pad after global camera X plus global camera width. She puts it here. And then after the height. Okay.
All right. Great. So we have a really handy script now for creating objects outside of the camera. So we can now head back to the game object and we can delete all of this stuff.
Whoa, delete? I'm not going to
Outside of
delete
the
any of
camera.
it. I'll
So
make
we
it.
can now head back to the game object and we can delete all of this stuff. Right here is actually the code that we had to the game object, and we can delete all of this stuff. Right here is actually the code that we had.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm not in game. Events. OBJ game. I am in game. Room start. Why does mine look so different from hers?
Script now for creating objects outside of the camera. So we can now head back to the game object and we can delete all of this stuff. Right here is actually the code that we had.
Okay, so the alarm stays. Jesus, woman, slow down.
We're playing the audio and I have just disabled that for now so that it's not running as we play.
Why is it not running as we play? We like the audio. Balls. Hey, Vispo. Yo, man. What's up?
And now in this one, we can all...
Okay, I think I'm fine here. Except this stuff needs to go as well, right?
The code that we had for playing the audio, and
But she left that in there.
I have just disabled that for now.
Oh, this is spawn off camera script. Right. Okay, that's the script. I need to put a notation in here. Okay. GG. Got it.
Now, so that it's not running as we play. And now in this one, we can also delete all of this.
This is to set where the asteroids will be spawning periodically. Even the bottom layer?
Had disabled that for now, so that it's not running as we play. And now in this one, we can also delete all of this.
Oh yeah, okay, so she takes all of it up to the if.
And spawn off camera, obj asteroid, and just one. And I'm going to reduce this a little bit because since the room is so much larger now, I want it to fill up a little bit quicker. So let's save and run the game.
This is a big one. Let's see what hers does first.
But now, if you'll notice just then, the asteroids actually spawned inside the camera. And in fact, one spawned right on top of the plate.
Let's see if mine does the same. Why is there an error here? Oh, I think I missed a bracket. Let me see. Expected 0 got 2. Oh shit. Oh shit. 75 pounds on Steam for this? No ways, really? Vespo, there's a bunch of different packages you can get. If you go to the YoYo Games website, it's not as simple as just €75. There's like you can get a free trial, and then you can get from as low as $39 US, but then you can get a developer one for $99. Plus, you can also get discounts on these if you take the free trial. I got the free trial, then they gave me a discount for 25% immediately. I put an extra space behind the one. You mean right there? That can't be it. No, they said I can put spaces any way I want. Spaces don't do anything, do they? But seriously, guys, what's going on here? Why is it giving an error? This is not a real function anyway. That's probably why, right?
Quicker. So let's save.
Oh no. Oh no, I got a bunch of errors. Compiler. Spawn off camera. Oh no. Oh shit, I made a bunch of problems. Yo, is OBJ asteroid still a thing? That seems like a basic line of code. You don't see a typo. I don't know what's going on, dude. I don't know what's going on. I literally just followed her all the way through. And now I've got errors. Okay, calling all geniuses. Let's figure this out quickly.
OBJ asteroid, and just one.
That's exactly right, but it's not working. Spawn off camera is not... The problem is here. It's not there. This is the problem here. Okay, so here, number of arguments function point. Oh, expected 6 got 5. Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking for... Okay, bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. Oops. Bring it in. Bring it in, dudes. One, 2, 3. 4. 5. 6. Okay, it's fixed. Or am I wrong? Okay, got global ID expected comma. I'm missing a comma. You have a plus. You have comma plus. Oh, okay, okay. I got a comma plus. No, what's this? Hold on. Global camera X plus global camera width. There. Is this the problem here? Third one. First, second, third. This one here. The comma needs to be off the pad, not there. Is that right? Oh my god! That's so stupid! I love it! Oh my god! All the red is just gone. That is impossible. Where's the other piece of stuff? That's impossible. What a rush, dude. What a rush. Where's the other one? Launch the game. Oh, good. Oh, good. Global script spawn off camera line 11. Line 11. Repeat num. Illegal. Oh, no, dude. Null use. Okay. What does that mean? Line 11 in global spawn. Is it in here? This one is the problem. Is it because I don't have the thing there? But no, that can't be right. Shit. Let me just check the error again. It's in spawn off camera line 11. Repeat num. Let's check what hers looks like.
Actually spawned in. Reduce this off. Here. That you can make this smaller or larger. I'm going to minus pad values. So I'm going.
Okay. So hers. Sorry, I'll bring it up quickly.
Smaller or larger. And I'm just going to add that to our values. So I'm going to add.
Just add in the pads, but now the rest is already there. So repeat num. Repeat num. It was line 11. There's the line that has the issue right now. What is argument 1? No, this doesn't reference anything. Okay, so this seems to be correct, but why is it giving me an error?
And I'm just.
So hers looks like this, which is almost identical to mine. It's the second function argument. What do you mean? So it's repeating. So you're calling this spawn off camera somewhere. Yes, I am. And the second argument, argument 1. Yes, am I not calling it right here? Num apparently doesn't have a value. Well, how much? But isn't num's value argument 1? But what is argument 1? Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm calling it in many different places. I have no idea what argument 1 is, dude. I just listened to what she was doing. Let's look. So it must be in OBJ. Am I doing it in game? Room start. Here. Can you see the error? Sure you can. Oh, there's error right there. There it is. Hold on. This must be it. Number of arguments. For function spawn of camera expected 0 got 2. Woman? What are you doing? I'm trying to find that point in the video quickly. Here. Oh, shit. What is this?
And I have just disabled that.
This is identical to mine, right? I'll show you the spawn of camera script again now. This is identical to mine. It says spawn of camera obj asteroid 40. This stuff is nothing. OBJ, but why does it still say nothing? Now look at that script. So the script is right here. But she's the one telling me what to do here. And her game launched, and I'm doing it exactly like her. So there must be something up with something that I did. Oh, because... Oh, shit. So this stuff that she did here, because it's a different version of GameMaker, is that not maybe... Let me check the comment section. Oh my god, here we go. Oh my god, here we go. Oh my god, I should have... Here's a deep dive into the new null undefined script issue for some people. FYI, nobody goes through the same headache I did to find this. TLDR, the script format has been updated for version 2.3, so the global script in this video needs to be revised. Long version... I'll read the long version. You may now get an error describing something to the effect of spawn of camera script. Even if you enter /reference it line for line, how friendly Cosmo shows it in the video. This is so stupid how it changes. It's so stupid how they can mix something up with one update. That probably makes things better, but it renders all their videos useless. Let's see. Specifically, it gives you an error log that prevents the game from starting saying there's an illegal undefined null repeat of of number. Exactly. That's exactly it. From what I understood, this is apparently because after 2.3, developers added the ability to define more than one function in a script, which caused them to change the formatting as well. Now, it seems like this is the case. You need to script by A, type in a function into the script itself, ergo defining it. B, in parentheses after the function, put the variables, in this case obj and num, in the order they should be asked for, anywhere the function will be used. This automatically seems to name the variables as long as you have arguments set up at the right order at the top. C, nest everything else relating to function inside the brackets after it. Note that you can now delete the lines that define the variables that already define the parentheses. I don't know if my logic behind this, the way the new global scripts works, is completely correct. I'm just starting out with the software, so feel free to elaborate in the replies. But I can safely say that this fixed the issue, and the game runs exactly how it does at the end of the video. Below is the exact code I used in the script. So that's the difference there. This one here, the only difference is I put that shit in there. Well, I mean, does that even... That's just... that shouldn't be red. Let me just launch the game and see what happens. That shouldn't be red, right? That's not going to change anything. No, it's not. Okay, I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. Function spawn of camera is what I'm missing. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and then you put the brackets in and you close them up. I understand. That's the one I'm missing, yes. But you need to put new brackets in for it as well. I understand. Yes, I'm missing that. And he puts it in right at the damn start. Comments don't do anything or shouldn't. That's what I thought, but apparently GML has its own idea. Oh, now, okay. Spawn of camera line 9. It's still on, now it's on argument 0. Should I can copy his text as it is here, but I'd like to understand why it's different. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take his, put it there, and I'm going to read what it says. Why are these lit up like this? Oh, YouTube comments. There we go. This looks almost identical to the one I had. And yeah, mine was, Kravan, my indents were a bit rude boy looking. They weren't great. But, I mean, his aren't perfect either. There's, like, some spaces missing here. This system is not my favorite, but it seems like this is the norm. Anyway. Okay, so does his code run? This is like Frankenstein's monster we've got running here. Okay. Global variable, name global, index. Not set before reading it. Object camera, other line 4. Okay, so GML object camera, other line 4. Oh, this is one now. Shit. I love these comments, dude. Oh my god, I love the comments. This is what I'm getting myself into. This is what I'm getting myself into right here. So I think that I'm missing something still. I'm just not sure exactly what it is. So I took his code in spawn off camera because apparently you can't use her code. It's not working. And he seems to have a problem with obj camera in other, which must be in room start, line 4, which is global. Oh shit, there's global twice. Wow. Okay, there we go. Didn't see that. Ah! Shit, we did it. We did it. I had global twice. Look. What a scrub nub move, dude. GG, holy shit. I love this, man. This is harder than Dark Souls. I love it. Okay, fantastic. So the winner of today is Code D. That's such an internet name. Oh! Look at this. Cryotic. This guy's got good... Oh, dude. Babish. Holy shit, he's got a lot of subs already. Look at his icon. That's badass. This guy's got good taste. Okay. This is drag and drop nonsense. Okay. Let's keep going. Lady girl. Speak to me. Speak to... Where's her video? Did I close her video? Yo. Did I close her video? I couldn't have closed the video. Space rocks. Keep it closed. No. No. What? No. Hello? This one. I was on this video. Where was I?
Right on top of the player. And just one. And I'm going to reduce this a little bit.
Oh, no. I didn't do this. We're in object game. And we're in alarm 0. Object game. Alarm 0. She's making that 1.
Because since the room is so much larger now, I want it to fill up a little bit quicker.
5% time spent on coding, 95% time trying to find your dumb typo. Kravan, that's exactly it. Thank you. It did start with some coding fundamentals, but let me say, okay, if I had to critique Cosmonaut Friendly here, then I'd say that my issue is that she didn't spend enough time explaining the fundamentals. However, she did start with very simplistic stuff. The explanations to the fundamentals were left to myself and chat, and I did get some of it in. That's why I'm excited to start on this guy's stuff, because he seems to do stuff slightly more. Let's just say he does it in a much more noob-friendly way. This is a guy called Sean Spalding. He's got a face. He's got a face on him. And I'm excited to start on that after I do these, but I've committed, and these are the ones that they recommended. This is from the YoYo Games people, so I'm going to finish them.
So let's save.
It skipped a lot of stuff, I do think.
And run the game. But now, if you'll notice just then, the asteroids actually spawned inside the camera, and in fact, one spawned right on top of the player. And this isn't what we're expecting. We're expecting no asteroids spawn inside the camera. That's what our script was for. So why is this happening? And the reason for this is actually that this code right here, spawn of camera, is running.
No, this is not the third video. This is the like 8th video or something. The playlists are, this is the second playlist. I don't know why they put it in 2 playlists. So there's a Space Rocks 1 GML. That's 1 video, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos, right? And then there's 1, 2, and I'm on the 3rd one. So I'm on the 8th one. I'm on the 8th video in total now. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, these are 9, 10 more videos to go. so there's still a lot coming. Let's keep going.
Before the camera updates its position. By default, remember that the camera will be in the top left corner of the screen at the beginning of the room. And since this is happening in the rooms...
What is Chill Radio 24? I'm sorry, I got distracted and looked at this. Why are there ads on Chill Radio 24? This guy is making so much money by literally just playing music from Spotify. Oh, shit. Oh my god, he's got 1.3 million subscribers. And he's been banned once before because he's called the Bootleg Boy 2. Okay, man.
Start event, this is going to be one of the first events to run. And the camera doesn't update its position until the step event. And that is going to happen after the room start events of any object. So we're going to have to run this code 1 time in the room start event.
Janky as shit, woman!
And since this is happening in the room start event, this is going to be one of the first events to run. And the camera doesn't update its position until the step event. And that is going to happen after the room start events of any object. So we're going to have...
Okay, so OBJ camera step. We're going to take OBJ camera step. And I do understand why it's happening, but still, that's janky as shit right there.
Have to run this code 1 time.
He got banned early 2020. He was lo-fi radio. Oh. You don't know why they advise space rocks over the block breaker series they have. Huh. They have a block breaker series? I didn't even know that. Like I said, I'm actually gonna, like, I'll look at the block breaker series as well, but I want to go Sean Spalding, because I do think he explains things better.
I'm in the room start event.
Okay, so OBJ camera room start. Where, though?
And we could put that here. You can just copy paste that in.
Just above display, you say?
We just have to put it in a place after where we've set the target. So then right here, we can check if that target exists. It will set the position, and that will update the camera's position when this object runs its room start. Now, we still might have trouble if the game object runs its room start before the camera object. And the way that we can check who's going to run their event first is we can check basically their depth for one. They actually have the same depth. They're both in the instances layer, and we haven't changed their depth at all. So they'll be at the same depth. So then what's going to determine it is this thing right here. So the instance creation order, which you can access right here. And you can see that the game object is actually created first. So if we just change this and drag the camera on top, that means the camera is going to be created first, and then it will run its events first. All right, so now if we run the game, we have no asteroids spawning.
Let's see if it works. That didn't work! Shit. 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 Instance creation order. Oh. Oh, I was on the wrong one. Hold on. We need to go on the same one as her. She's on room start. Ah, yes. No, it's right. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? I feel like I did exactly what she said.
On top of ourselves. And you might want to test that just 2 to 3 times just to make sure it's definitely not happening. But yeah, that should fix that problem. All right, so that's it.
No,
Change this.
it didn't
Then
fix it.
They actually have the first is we can. Now we still might.
Shit. Camera step event. Room start. The one I pasted here was above display. It was this one. This code seems solid. Is that the right code?
Have trouble if the game object after. You can just copy paste that in. We just have to put it in a place after where we've set the target. So then right here, we can check if that target exists. It will set the position, and that will update the camera's position when this object runs its room start. Now, we still might have trouble if the game object runs its room start before the camera object. And the way that we can check who's going to run their event first is we can check basically.
Should I now check every single room? Oh shit. My camera has not been placed in the game room. But does that matter? Camera's only in the start room. Okay. But that doesn't matter, yeah. Maybe the problem is that I've got too many. Maybe these shouldn't be here. I don't know. What do you think? Because, like, I know this has to be here. I wish I could look in her code.
Run here, so.
Because mine is definitely not working the way hers is. They still spawn in on top of me. And this has probably got something to do with the code differences. Oh, here we go. I couldn't get the last part to work. Here we go, here we go. I couldn't get the last part to work. I'm not sure what went wrong with it. I ended up using another alarm in the room start event to set for a few frames after the ship spawns everything. Then do the asteroid spawning off screen. Snugglebug, what's up? Hello. Hi. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing good. I'm just struggling with GameMaker 2 here. I'm trying to make space rocks, and it's harder than I thought it would be. Man, game dev. I don't know if you have any experience with it, but this ain't Guild Wars, that's for sure. So, let's have a look. I'm trying to find if there's someone here who had the same issue. Oh, here we go. For those having the issue at the end, because the asteroids are spawning inside the camera, here's the solution. The problem is that the programmer did a mistake on the creation of the rectangle that excludes the creation of asteroids. The argument of the point in rectangle function should be xxy. Oh my god, genius. Someone's calling her out. I love it. So that code, the rectangle code, is in the camera? Was it in here? Oh, I can just find it. It's not in here. Okay. Can I do a global Control-Shift-F? Rectangle. Spawn off camera line 21. Here it is. Okay. This is the one. Now he's calling her out on her code. So let's see what he says. He says that... Did that just ruin it? That just ruined it. Okay. It's a geometrical problem. To be quick, she didn't add the offset that she subtracted. Subtracted, is that a word? To the camera X or Y variable. She also didn't take into account the direction of the X and Y axis. For me, the X plus is to the right and the Y plus is to the bottom. Not really mathematical friendly. Holy shit, what is this guy? Wow. Yo, 8 quarters, what's up? How's the game dev going? Alright, alright, alright. Am I making a dialogue box? No, I'm reading YouTube comments, unfortunately. I'm struggling a little bit because it seems like the codes that she was using, like everything that we programmed so far has been alright, but it looks like the program has been updated and it sort of botched a few things up. However, I am going to solve it by taking code from YouTube comments, which I think that, I mean, Jesus, they probably do this in AAA gaming as well. It's probably a pretty common thing. Game devs do this all the time, man. YouTube comments, treasure trove of information. So I'm gonna check quickly, basically. I'll show you just in a minute. Like, I'll show you in a minute what I've been making. It wouldn't surprise you. That GTA story from like last week. That right there is reason enough to believe what I just said. Some random guy on the internet was like, geez, guys, Rockstar Games, your game loads too long when you enter GTA Online. And then he reduced the load times by 70% with some like random janky ass fix that they didn't think of. And then they said, oh shit, this is actually fantastic. How the hell did you do that? And then they paid him 10K and they implement in his code. Fantastic, dude. That's like a real great story. However, they're probably going to make way more than 10K just by having faster load times, but still, that's besides the point. The guy got 10K and recognition. Maybe they hire him eventually. Anyway, let's carry on. So, I have this thing here. I have this thing here. It is a cool story. Yeah, it is. And this is too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. That's wrong. Code D gives the comment. Code D? I looked at the code D one and it's not working. It doesn't fix this problem. Oh, yo, what's the problem I'm having? Hey, Dave. So, the game is spawning the asteroids in the camera when I start. See? And every now and then when I launch it, look here. Then sometimes they spawn on top of me. Maybe they don't spawn in the camera? Hold on. Oh, no, they do. See? So, it's like she put this whole massive code in to stop them from doing that. Shit didn't work. If I'm not mistaken, the code for that was in the camera section. This is for following the ship. This is the, okay. She said that what you need to do is you need to change the instance creation order. The camera, they're not supposed to spawn in the boundaries of my camera immediately. So she said you must change this order in the RM start section, and you need camera first, then game. And I did that now, and it's not doing shit. But what I think is the problem is that I need to remove game from here. Can I delete this and then play the game? Is it gonna die? Did I just fix it? Or did I break it more? Did I? Holy shit, did I just fix it? I think I fixed it. Don't even ask me. There it is. It works. It works. Okay, can I tell you what the problem was? So, 7 videos back, like, okay, 3 videos back, a while ago, no, I know exactly how. So, what happened was, there was this one video where she muddled up. Dude, we've got a pattern, look, it's like waves. We made all the new screens, right? And then we made all the new rooms, right? And then we had to create our objects in said rooms. Now, so like we had to move everything a few videos ago to the start room, right? So that was this one video. It had like 5 minutes dedicated to that, right? We had to move all the stuff to the start room. So we had to put OBJ camera in the start room and OBJ game in the start room, and that's where our game started. And then what she didn't do is she didn't tell us to delete the instance of OBJ game that was already in or still in the game room. She didn't tell us to remove that instance of OBJ game. So that instance of OBJ game was still there and it still ran. And I suppose it run-in took precedence over the other one run-in, and then the timer got messed up because they all ran at the same time right at the start, and and it messed it up. Now I came into RM game here, and I removed OBJ game from it. I left OBJ ship. That's right at the start, right in the middle there. There's the ship still. So I left just that there, but I removed everything else. So there's still OBJ game in RM win. Oh my god. Should I remove it from RM win? So there was a layer that shouldn't have been there, but maybe I need to remove these ones as well. No, it needs to be there. It needs to be there. No, it needs to be there. So now, let's see if it works. Let's see if we can actually play the game. My score is going up. Let's see if I die, what happens. Okay, the warping is working. I die. I respawn. It's still working. I die. Let's just die and go to the... I want to go to the score screen. Jesus God, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. It's perfect. I can't believe it. Holy crap. I used some galaxy brain nonsense to figure that shit out. Final score 0? No, did it say final score 0? Oh, balls, dude. No ways. Did it say final score 0? I had never checked that to see if it worked. Okay, 20. Let's die. Hold on. Hello, rocks. One more death. Hold on. Oh, no, dude. Oh, no. Let's just check where final score is being referenced. Object. It'll be object game, right? String score. Yes, this is fine. Okay. But then let's see, where does score link to? That we need to find the other shit. We shift control F score. Here we go. These are global variables that handle score and lives. Score equals 0 at line. Yeah, okay. Draw text score, score 1,000 point final score. If score, add 10 to score plus 10. Okay, why is it not showing? Buggy game 0 out of 10. I know, right? Shit, I wouldn't buy this yet. How am I gonna make $1 million with this shit? This is not okay. Here's all the code right here. How do I figure out what isn't working? How do I figure that out? Oh. Is score variable from bullet OBJ the same one? Wait, is it OBJ bullet? Okay. Score plus 10. It works. So where's the 10 being added to? That's exactly what I need to check. Yes, it's being added during the game. It's just failing to show it at the end. So probably what it comes down to then, it's RM game over. No, it's object game final score. Shit. Presumably the variable used during the final score isn't referencing the right thing. Yeah, but it is. Shit. Is it resetting before the screen pops up? Genius. That could be it. Yes. Let's check. In case of game over, you're out. No. Break. The break is not after this. No, it doesn't seem to be resetting. It's just not taking the score over. But now I'm not even sure if last night it was tracking it properly. Should I check quickly? Oh, not last night. Whenever it was that we programmed this last. Where do you reset it? What do you mean? I didn't look far enough? How do you mean? Wait, hold on. Let's look further. Where do you set the score to 0? That's smart. Okay. Probably... Well, it's all here. Score equals 0. In object game, create at line 3. Oh! I know what it is! Once again, in game over, should I remove obj game from here? Or does that stay in here? I think I need to remove it from here. And then I need to remove obj game from... Oh my god. Because it's persistent. It's persistent. That's what it is. Let's check. Give me some score. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I got this. Shit, look at me. Okay, I got it. Hold on. 30. Let's go. I swear. This is the one, dude. Stop. Kill me. You. No. JK, die. Once again, that stupid stuff that she didn't tell us to do. Thank you, all of you. Dave, Vespo, Cravan, all of you guys, we did it. I can explain it. I can explain it exactly. It's the same explanation as the previous one. So basically, we needed to remove from all the rooms except obj start. Room start. We needed to remove the objects. Because object game was in each of the rooms. And it was like that for our first iteration of the game. But then she forgot to tell us to remove it. Shit, dude. Fantastic. We did it. Dude, we did it. Yes. That's good. I'm so glad. Okay. So, let's zoom out quickly and look what this... Nice. Okay. Watch the next video have like a 10-minute period where she goes back and fixes all these issues. No, but maybe her game does have them. I don't think her game has them. But like, honestly, if it does or if it did, that's her bad. So did we just finish this one? The next one's parallax backgrounds.
That the game object is actually created first. 3 times just to
Okay.
make sure.
Okay. The next one's parallax backgrounds, dude. I have been waiting for this shit.
Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be looking at parallax. So you can see right here, if you look at the star fields in the background, there are actually multiple layers of stars. Some aren't moving at all and some are moving a little bit. And they're all at slightly different speeds. And this is causing a kind of parallax effect. So basically it's creating an illusion of 3D depth. You can kind of judge where the stars are by how fast they're moving. So because they're moving quite slowly, we get the effect that they're very far away from us. And the furthest stars, the ones that aren't really moving at all, those must be very far away. And this is a really cool effect for a lot of 2D games when you want to give...
Wait, do a poll on what parallax I should implement? Doge parallax? I'll put something in the background.
Like I said, the illusion of depth. So first off, what we're going to do is just get the effect working on the stars that we already have from the camera video. And right now, when we move the player...
Space Dog and Nero? Oh, 8 quarters, dude! Wait, hold on. Coming from someone no company, no idea the stuff. It looks like great progress for 3 days. You gotta go. Wish you the best of luck with it and smooth learning. Thank you so much, man. I hope you have a good one. You're probably gone already, but... I was so into it that I didn't see your message.
The star field, of course, isn't moving at all. The background just stays where it is.
I have photos of Nero on my desktop. We can use
a
those.
little bit in the same direction as the camera. It's going to basically look like our movements have less of an effect on the background. And that will give us the illusion that we're actually very far away from it. That the stars are very far in the distance, depending on how much the star field moves relative to the camera. But we'll get a better idea of this when we can actually see it happening. So we're going to do this from within the camera object itself. And if we come into the step event right here, what we're going to do...
Camera... Step event... I must say the one thing I really like about GameMaker so far is how usable the UI is. How usable the program itself is. Like, it's so easy to jump around between your code and like to find like that. Dude, just this, not save, Control Shift F. Just this alone is so cool, dude. I love this. The visual flowchart stuff you find harder to work with. Oh, I mean, I don't really pay attention to the stupid little stripes connected to the other stripes so much. But the visual style of it is for me easier to read for sure. And all the different buttons and nonsense, and that's easier for me. It's easier for me. But it's, again, someone who has no knowledge. I work a lot in Photoshop and Adobe and Sony Vegas and shit like that. So this stuff, it's right up my alley. They're all very visual, you know?
Do is, like I said, we're going to move the position of the background. So we already know where the camera is, given that we just moved it. And what I'm going to do now is use layer X, and we can see that it's looking for a layer ID and then a position to move that to. So I'm going to middle click this and open up the documentation page on this, because there is one thing that we should note. We can supply either the layer name as a string, but it does note that this will have a performance impact. So what this means is we can put the actual name of the layer. So if we come back to our game room, we can see that it's just called background. So let's just put that in. So background. But the documentation says that this isn't the most performant way to do it, and we could instead be supplying the layer ID. For our purposes, it doesn't really matter though. We're not really making a really intense performance game, but
Shortcuts.
we could, for example, just get the layer ID once in the create event and then use that here instead. Anyway, what we might just do first off.
Hey, Chaotic Pineapple, what up? Thanks for following. Walrus, yo, Windows has some updates for you. Dude, you guys with your damn Windows updates, I'll do it tonight, okay? I have to turn my PC off for load shedding anyway. I'll do it tonight. Okay. I didn't hear what she said now. Typical guy, what's up, man?
We could, for example, just get the layer ID once in the create event and then use that here instead. Anyway, what we might just do first off is move the layer to where the camera is. So now it should be moving at the same time the camera is moving, and it should just look like it's static.
Okay. This global camera X and Y is the code that we created ourselves.
Let's see.
Okay.
What effect that has on the game.
Let's see then. Ah, shit! I thought I wasn't moving, but I'm actually zooming. No. Does hers do the same?
So we've moved its X and Y.
Yeah, this
And
does the
if I
same.
move the ship, you can see it looks like the stars aren't moving at all. So this
That's
does look
the
pretty
background.
strange because, especially when there aren't any asteroids present, we don't really have a point of reference for the ship. But how about we try and multiply this by something like 0.9.
Okay, what is... Okay. So it's gonna shrink-a-doodle it a little bit, right? So by doing that, you... Can I multiply like this? By 0.9? How does she do it? Just 0.9? Can I type 0.9? I feel like I'm itching a little bit here out of OCD tendencies. Why can I not just put 0.9 there instead? I'd prefer to do 0.9. No, well... Okay. Silver, what's up, man? Hello. Nice to see you, Dudo. Let's see. So 0.9 should work. explain 0.9, woman. I know what 0.9 is. So it's at 90% of the global camera X and Y. In other words, you're making it small, which means it's going to be a little zoomed. It's going to be a little bit small. It's going to zoom a little bit, basically. It's going to zoom a little bit. We running the game? Silva, I hope you're doing well, man. Here we go. There we go. Yes, it's moving a little bit now. It's a bit smaller. That's already better. Ow! Okay. Fine. Stop, woman. Okay, go, woman. Oh, wrong button.
There we go. So we can
Oh, shit. Did I do something wrong? Hold on.
start to see the...
No, I did it right. Hers looks the same. Spaces. Okay, so spaces on either side of the math operator is good for readability. Yes, I agree. That's much better. I just had this conversation earlier. Jacob Caldo, what up, man? It's nice to see you. Walrus, we were just talking about it, and people said I can put spaces anywhere I want. And that's fantastic.
Effect happening. And it looks a little bit more normal now. So now what we're going to do is just introduce some more layers.
But it's going to have to have transparent layers.
The effect. So I actually have some sprites that we can import.
No.
And I'm just going to drag these in.
Oh my god.
To the sprites.
Oh no. Oh no,
So
there's gradients and shit. I guess I need to get her sprites, dude. That's off.
Contained 4 different backgrounds. So a couple different Starfield backgrounds that kind of just look.
Don't get too creative with your spacing. No, I mean, I don't. It's just, I personally, as a good example, this was it. She just like randomly, when she did her shit, she was just like randomly like shoving like this. It was like this one was like this, and then that one was like that, and then the other one was like that, and I was like, oh my god, dude, oh my god, and I couldn't live with that, so I changed it. But it's silly. It's not a big thing. Okay, Space Rocks assets. Got it. GML, parallax, into the sprites. There they are. I dragged them in. It's like confetti. Jesus balls, that's tiny. What if... I was gonna change the color on it, but let's not do that now. let's not get too creative.
Like white or gray pixels, and you can make that yourself, or you can use the ones that I've made. So in addition to a few of these, there's also just a gradient effect, and I'm going to overlay that over all of the images just to give the background a little bit of
If you want to be
variance,
creative, make a procedurally generated star field. Oh yeah.
This is kind of a black background. So let's set these up in the room first. And
room game?
And I'm actually going to get rid of this background layer, or I'm going to get rid of the sprite anyway, just to return it to black so that we have...
Why is it all ballsed up here? View, windows, view, layout, reset. I don't like error messages. Save project. Okay. Okay, it's fine now. We're fine. We're fine.
The complete background.
She wants to remove this one.
Ah! And so like I said, we're going to have...
No, stop. What did you just do? She just did something.
In the complete background.
What did you do? What did you do?
And I'm actually going to get rid of this background layer, or I'm going to get rid of the sprite anyway, just to return it to black so that we have something in the complete background.
Okay, and then make it black. Okay, my eyes.
And so like I said, we're going to have 4 layers.
Okay, so new layer.
So I'm going to call this one parallax 0. And I'm going to assign that to starfield 0. So this one I want actually...
So she's going to assign that to starfield 0. Can we do a zoom? Can we make this bigger?
to be the one that appears furthest in the background. So if we zoom in, it should actually just be in the top left-hand corner. And what I'm going to do is tile it horizontally and vertically. So there it is. So that one is the kind of blurriest one for me, which would make sense because it's the objects that are furthest in the distance. Perhaps it's other galaxies or stars, doesn't really matter. And let's make the rest of them.
You realize with the addition of this chick, there's way too many women influenced in your life, Lumin. Yeah, and apparently she's doing it in a negative way too. I don't know if I like that, man. I don't know if I can take that right now. But you know what? I'll soldier on. I will. I'll soldier on. For now, because there's only like 5 videos left and then I'm done with her. Then I'll move on. Then it's all Sean Spalding. Okay, carry on.
Parallax 1. It doesn't actually matter what you call it, but this is just so that we know what it is doing. And I'll assign that to starfield 1. And I'll tile that one as well.
Oh, is parallax 2 L's? Does parallax have 2 L's? I'm so bad at typing.
Call that parallax 2 and...
Okay, slow down. Spur starfield 1. Tile it 2. Is it working? This is cool. Have I lit the flame of learning in my missus? What game is she making? Excuse me? What? Why would she make a game? No, I haven't. She's playing World of Warcraft. She's doing Mythic plus 15 on all her dungeons. So at least one of us is try-harding.
And we'll tile that one as well.
Parallax 2. I think this week she's getting 15 on everything. It's quite something. But I mean, she could always help if she wanted to. If I get to a point where I need art.
So you can see it's starting to fill up nicely now. And lastly...
But I'd like to learn how to do art myself anyway.
That gradient effect. And I'll tile that as well. Now...
Whoa, that gradient effect looks cheap. Can I set the opacity on that? Okay, let's just do it. Create. This one will be renamed to gradient was 0, I guess. It's just a gradient. And that's gonna be... That's gonna be a no from me, dog. So, can I set the opacity on it? I can, right? I just go to sprite, gradient. I don't like it. I think it looks... Why is it not here? Also, I don't know how to set the opacity. I know I could do some random Cody shit with alpha this, alpha that, but like, balls, dude. Okay, it's fine. I'm done. I'm not going to try and be special here. Carry on, woman.
At the moment, that gradient is probably a little bit too strong, so
Oh.
I'm going to tone it down a little bit.
Oh my
by
god, she's doing
changing
it.
This color. So this is the color that the background is kind of blending with, and since it's just completely white at the moment, it just appears as normal. But we can change these. You can actually tint it if you want. I'm not going to tint it a color, but what I'm going to do is turn down its alpha, and that's going to make the effect a little bit more subtle. There we go. So now it's just a kind of slight hue shift.
Oh my god, there it is. There it is. If I had just played the video for 10 more seconds, I would have seen it. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, let's try that again so that I don't forget how to do it. I want to change the hue, actually. I want to make it a warm color. It's not changing. Maybe more saturation. There. Now it's pink. No, no, no. We don't want no salmon. Evil red space. Go for an orangy, please. And then bring the alpha down a bit. That is just so much cooler than the nonsense. That is just so much cooler than the nonsense that she was cooking up. Okay. That's my jam. Hell yes. Okay.
And I forgot to rename this one.
Wait, what did she put on for alpha?
Shift. Effect a little bit more subtle.
She did 138? The mad woman. Oh, I did 148. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Carry on.
There we go. So now it's just a kind of slight hue shift. And I forgot to
I 100% agree that real-time updates would be nice, so I wouldn't have to click off it. Because Oddfall's saying basically, I'm like dragging this shit around here. Nothing changes here. You know, it would be nice if it changed as I was dragging it. That's something very simple that I could ask. One could ask the devs for.
Rename this one. All right, so that's all of the layers set up. Let's head back to the camera object to
and we need to
move
set
these
the
around.
code. Now she's gonna set them at 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5.
What we're gonna do is move 4 of those layers just at different amounts. So remember, if it's just at 1, that means it's going to move exactly with the camera,
Yes.
and it's going to appear as if it's not moving at all. So the lower this number is, the closer it's going to look to the player, because it's going to actually be more static. If things are moving with the camera, then they're going to look further away. So for layer 0, we want a really slight effect. So I might keep that quite high. So remember, that one is the one that I wanted furthest in the distance. And I'm just going to copy paste this.
Jesus, woman! She copy pastes like a madman. What are you on even there? Is she in the camera? No. Where was she? What code was she in again?
For layer 0.
She keeps hiding her UI, so I never see. She's in OBJ camera, yes.
Away. And
Okay, she's in OBJ camera. Camera. So she changes this to parallax. Parallax 0. And she actually makes that 9, 8. It's like very subtle. Okay.
and we'll just...
And then she copy pastes it so many times. Okay. And it's gonna probably be like 8, 8, 7, 8.
parallax layer 1, 2, and 3.
And then we need one more
And
from the
now
back.
we just have to
No, the background stays
decrease
still.
these numbers a bit. So feel free to have a play with these. These are numbers that I have just kind of picked out arbitrarily. It doesn't really matter. But this is going to give us a nice kind of subtle effect. So if we run that now, we should be getting a kind of layered effect of different layers moving at different speeds and appearing at different depths. There we go. So I think that looks quite nice. Like I said, feel free to have a play around.
I'll play around with it. Very interesting. Very... Ow! Shit, what's Parallax 3? You're right, you're right. I don't have a Parallax 3. Does she have a Parallax 3? Balls woman, where's that from? She got ahead of herself. The background doesn't look right. Yeah, let me check, hold on. No, she doesn't have a Parallax 3 either. Okay. Okay. Wait, so the background doesn't look right? Let's see. I think that we need to make the background dimmer. So I think... Oh, there's no sprite in the background. So it's Parallax 0 that you're talking about. I think that the alpha on that needs to come down by half at least. It's moving with your ship. Oh, is that what you mean? Hold on. Let me check. No, it's not. Is it? Yes, it's the background. You're right. Is it Parallax 0? It's Starfield, right? Let's disable this one and see. There we go. It was that one, right? That was the one, huh? Now it looks right, huh? Am I correct? Yeah. Okay, so it's that one. So basically Parallax 0, I am referencing it here, right? It's there. It's just that 9.8 is probably too small a move. Yeah, like Artful just said. And I also believe, like, I think I can improve on this by making this like 8.7 maybe, and then this one like 8.3, and then this one doesn't exist. Okay, and then honestly I believe that this one needs to be about half the opacity, because I think that it just looks a little meh. So no, that's not even enough. No, it's like even more. It's not good enough. Like this. Personally, I think it's how it should be. Even more. You telling me I can't back out of this? Okay, man. $69. Nice. That's better. Even more. I need to move a tad more. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I'm just looking at it now and it's like... Then you can make it brighter. This looks nice. I don't want to make it brighter though. I think it looks stupid when it's too bright. Like the issue when it's too bright is that... This is nice. This is nice. The issue when it's too bright is that it's like... It looks like it's debris and not stars. I think she just had... It's like her eye for design was a little off there if she made it herself, but it's okay.
And now, we should be getting a kind of layered effect of different layers moving at different speeds and appearing at different depths. There we go. So I think that looks quite nice. Like I said, feel free to have a play around with all of the values. You can get lots of different effects. You might want to have some random objects just moving through space, but that is a really quick way to do parallax. In the next video, we're going to be looking at creating some enemy ships. So I will see you in the next video.
Whoa. Whoa, am I going to program AI?
Hey everyone, welcome back. In the next few videos, we're going to be creating enemy ships. And these I think will be quite important and exciting videos because we're going to be going over a lot of planning and conceptual setup before we dive into the code. And hopefully by the end of it, I can show you how important this can be to ensure...
She talks a big game, but this is only 7 minutes long. Jeez, that's crazy. like legit. I mean, again, it's like, hey, we have to go into a lot of, and we have to do a lot of, and like, this is important, and then like, okay. Nice.